Hi everyone, this is Lauren coming at you from Break Zone with another artifact video. My first impressions of the game is it's quite fun. It has a high barrier of entry in terms of skill, knowledge, as well as if you want to be competitive, especially in constructed, money. And then afterwards, it has a very high skill ceiling. I mean, this is just the skill ceiling is actually quite daunting. I mean, it's not like in the level of maybe Go, but in terms of what it can be, it definitely is pretty high up there. It would measure up to Magic and stuff like that, in my opinion, in terms of skill ceiling. Now, what do you get when you buy this game? You pay $20, you get the game, you get 5 event tickets, you get 10 packs. Event tickets you can purchase them in a 5 pack for $5, and each pack of cards you can purchase for $2. So you get about $25 value on top of the game, and you also get let's say 2 starter decks that they give you, and after that you can go from there and you can go buy cards in the, I guess you could say, the Steam marketplace. And from my understanding, after reading an article, about $200 to $300 will get you pretty much the whole expansion, the whole starting game. So if you spend 220, about 300, 220 to $320, you will get every card you need to be fully competitive in constructed. Now, the normal questions would be, what can you do for free if you just play the game? If you just buy the game, the initial $20, and you want to go from there, and you don't want to spend money, you won't be able to win any packs. So this is not like Hearthstone where you have daily goals or you get free packs and things like that. That's not going to happen here, at least not for now. There might be different things in the future, and they will have free tournaments in the future as well. But we don't quite know all the details about that quite yet, or at least I don't. And I looked it up a little bit. So I would suggest that anybody, whether you plan to go really ham on constructed or anything like that, or expert play, or don't mind spending money, or if you want to play for free, the way to start it off is you play the tutorial. And I did a video about from my tutorial playthrough. And after that, you can go ahead, maybe play some bot matches, and for the boss, you can pick out which decks they use. There's a good variety of them, so that way you can get used to the cards instead of just reading them. And on your end, if you play against boss, you can go ahead and either choose one of your 2 starter decks, or some of the pre-constructed decks that you don't own but you can play against bots. And right now, they're also running a featured event that I did showcase in various videos, going over each deck. And that way you can play gauntlets and you can test your skill, and you will be matched up against opponents around the world. Going from there, if you want to still keep it free, and even if you want to play be more competitive or spend money on it, if you plan on drafting or playing that format of the game, which it seems like a lot of people like doing, then I would advise you to kind of try your luck and test your skills on the casual Phantom Draft. So the casual Phantom Draft and all the things in casual play actually do not cost you money, but unfortunately, if your opponent has all the cards in their collection and you do not, and you're just starting off, then if you play the global matchmaking or the casual constructed, then you actually might run into some problems where people with better cards than you, better decks, will definitely edge you out, and it won't be an even playing field to test out your skills. On the other hand, if you play Phantom Draft, everybody starts off with no cards available yet, and then you start drafting 2 cards per turn, and then after that you go through, I think it was 4 packs, and you get 60 cards, something like that. I mean, I don't remember all the details, but anyways, you draft some cards, you put a deck together, go through a gauntlet, and you see if you can win things out. If you lose twice, that's it. I think you lost the gauntlet. And here I tested my luck. I did a video about it, and I got smashed in the face because on day one the game kind of glitched out. The servers they were very stable, but unfortunately at a key moment, my first pick, they glitched out on me, and that led to some very disastrous results. Okay, and if you like drafting and you don't mind paying money, then after you feel like you're very good with casual phantom draft, go ahead and move on to expert play. Build out your collection by playing keeper drafts. For this, it does cost a good amount of money though, and by that I mean about $12. 2 tickets, that's $2. 5 packs is about $10 for a total of $12. And but if you play an expert play, there are rewards. But so if you win 3 wins, you get 2 packs, 2 tickets, 1 pack. So you get your entry fee back, but not the packs back. But in keeper draft, you get to keep all the cards that you draft. After that, 4 wins, 2 tickets, 2 packs. 5 wins, 2 tickets, 3 packs. But half of the participants will lose out before they even get to the 3 wins. So, or even more than that, actually, I think. Either way, so that's the way it's gonna go. If you want to go a little bit cheaper and you don't mind not keeping the cards, you just want to play for fun and spend some money, go ahead and play a phantom draft. Once you're very good at it, and it takes only 1 event ticket, so about $1. And if you feel like you're very confident in your skill, or you want to test yourself and you don't mind spending some money, 3 wins gets you 1 ticket, 4 wins 1 ticket, 1 pack, and 5 wins 1 ticket, 2 packs. And if you want to play constructed, on the other hand, for 1 event ticket, so $1, go ahead and try to get as many wins as you can. Obviously, in the gauntlet, 3 wins gets you 1 ticket, so you get your money back, I guess you could say. 4 wins, 1 ticket, 1 pack, so you come out ahead, and 5 wins, 1 ticket, 2 packs. Or if you want to go, so if you want to be fully competitive and go into constructed, I read some articles that state that you could build out your collection get the full collection of the cards, so you could build any deck that you want with the Call to Arms expansion, which is the current set, for about $200, $200 to $300 after you buy the game. So in terms of trading card games, $200 to $300, I don't feel like that's too bad, but it's definitely not in everybody's price range. So if you're very serious about this game and you like constructed more than draft, that might be a direction you might want to consider. On the other hand, if you like drafting, maybe all you do is just phantom draft and just keep going infinite, you could say, right? Like if you're that good, then as long as you get to 3 wins before you get to 2 losses, then you will get a ticket and you will just keep going and going and going. So that's great. Or I'm not really sure what. I mean, except for building a collection, I don't really see too many people playing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will play keeper drafts early on, as an initial cost of $200 to $300 to get a full collection is a pretty steep price for most people, myself included. I mean, it's not a drop in the bucket, but it is within my, like, I can handle about a $200 $200 to $300 shopping spree. So that's gonna be pretty good. Keep in mind this game is quite daunting, and some of the things that I noticed early on that I would advise other players to kind of take a look into when they're playing is, well, having cards early on. So when you start a game, you start off with 3 mana per lane, and having cards that you're able to play on turn 1 helps quite a bit. One of them that I saw that was pretty impressive was Ironfog Goldmine. Being able to start building up your gold and hopefully snowball early on, starting from game 1, getting 3 gold a turn per combat after the combat phase is quite good, whether the hero is there or not. As long as the improvements there, it's pretty good. I mean, putting improvements early on, I liked it quite a bit. And after that, building out a deck where your spells afterwards are quite good it kind of flows a little bit better, you could say. So having a good amount of low cost cards and then building out into your higher cost cards that are game breaking is very good. In terms of other things, initiative and game flow going back and forth is very interesting. Having counters for your opponents, and also I wanted to mention it real quick. Being able to use crowd control after you have initiative is pretty interesting, especially if you have somebody like, let's say, Tidehunter, where if you're able to get his activity, his ability, which becomes active every 4 turns, that's the cooldown on it. then you'll be able to stun opposing enemies and neighbors, and that is quite good. I liked it quite a bit, especially if you have initiative. Then you pretty much keep your opponent from doing anything in that turn, and it also has a 50% chance of stunning anybody else in that lane that turn. So this was quite a bit of fun, game breaking, game changing, I guess you could say. It changes the tides of the game. So the name of the hero being Tide Hunter is pretty pretty fitting, I guess you could say. So, liking the game so far. I'm probably gonna end up sinking some money into it, sinking some time as well. I'll do a little bit more research, but it's a good time. There's also some other resources I found in order to kind of get used to the game, to look into it that I thought were quite interesting. I think I saw an article here and I'll post a link later on where it talks a little bit about what Artifact is like, a little bit of a guide, you could say. I'll post a link to it in the video description, and hopefully it will help you out, as I still have to delve pretty deep into it in order to absorb all this vast amount of knowledge that I'm going to have to take in if I decide to go deeper into this game. So, as you saw in the other videos, the graphics, the sounds, the effects, there's a lot of flavor to this game. I like it quite a bit. And even then, as you look at the heroes, they even have a little bit of background story to them, to each of them, a little bit of personality, you could say, as this game is based off Dota 2 and their heroes. So um, hopefully you give this game a try. I think for $20 and being able to play bot games and Phantom Graphs for free, at least there's a way to play this game for free. I mean, you won't get all the modes pretty much available to you on an even playing field if you go the free route, unfortunately. Unlike Hearthstone, where you can grind out for a significant amount of time, but you could still get every card you want for free eventually. This is interesting. This is a different take, but it locks you out of constructed pretty much, because unless you spend the money or you go somehow infinite with a keeper draft right off the bat, it's going to be daunting. And for the most part, I would advise people to, well, if you want to go the constructed route, consider just straight up buying the collection and going from there. I mean, I'm not one to kind of beat around the bush too much. If I want to try making different decks and have all the possibilities available to me, I will just go straight up and just get them. I don't want to try to gamble my way by opening packs until I get everything I need. I'll just buy the things I need, and being able to do so by going to the Steam Marketplace is quite good. Unfortunately, it's locked to me because I had to reset my password. I forgot it. I guess I don't play on Steam quite enough. And either way, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to our sponsor, MagicTechGames.com, that sells Magic singles, Final Fantasy singles, Final Fantasy the trading card game singles, as well as they will be posting Pokemon pretty soon. And they provided us with some things to give away to our subscribers. So once we reach 800, 900, or 1,000 subscribers, we will pick subscriber at random, and they will get to choose between some of the things that we're giving away from whoops, I dropped one. Horizon Canopy from Iconic Masters from Magic the Gathering. Let me pick up that card real quick. Sorry about that. Let me see what I can do. And it is hard to reach that card. Oh my goodness. Still good, don't worry, sleep. Mox Amber from Dominaria. That's about $10 value. The other one was about like $50, $60 value. Cactuar Sleeves, 60 pack. Lightning Plushie. And Toronto Crystal Cup deck box, signed by Taru Kageyama, producer of the game. So we'll probably end up adding something artifact related. If we can gift the game to someone, that's something that we're considering. Go ahead and give us suggestions as to what you would like. If you're an artifact player or interested in trying out the game, what would be a good giveaway? I mean, we might actually just do a giveaway before our 800 subscribers. We'll figure something out. Put some suggestions at what you'd like. What would be well. Um, Put the suggestion. If it's unreasonable, we'll work it down a little bit. But otherwise, I think for Final Fantasy, for example, we asked that question recently, and somebody said, "Hey, they want plushies," so I'll try to get more plushies. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. Um, Otherwise, feel free to put any comments or questions down below in the comments, and let me think. What else? I'm sure I have other things to talk about, but if you have any suggestions about what videos you'd like, if you enjoy watching us stream these games, whether it is Artifact or Final Fantasy the trading card game, if you're not familiar with Final Fantasy the trading card game, go ahead and check out any of our other videos. We've got a plethora of them from just some of the top constructed decks. And my name is Lauren, by the way. So if you haven't watched the US streams for the trading card game, I'm one of the commentators from the Break Zone that goes out to the Square Enix events and actually commentates the streams. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.